Good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning. Good morning, Mrs. Eaton.
Good morning.
Actually, you're supposed to say good afternoon, boys and girls. But yeah, you're supposed to say that.
Hey. Let's go over the rules, okay?
Okay.
What do we do in class? Yes.
We be kind, we be nice, and we don't put hands on other people, and we have to raise our hand before we start talking.
Yes.
I'm gonna take turns.
Okay, Colton.
You always look at the teacher.
Yes.
Eyes.
Yes, very good. So we're going to
Open
make
the
up. We got to raise our hands. We're going to pay attention. We're going to give the teacher 5, right? Give me 5. All right. So who's ready to learn today?
Me.
All right. So in today's lesson, we're going to learn how a seed this little becomes a pumpkin like this big. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes, Carter.
Have you ever seen a pumpkin seed grow in a cup, then you just let it stay there, and then until it grows in a pumpkin, then you take it off and you put it out?
I haven't seen a pumpkin do that, but I have seen other smaller plants do that. I think the pumpkin needs a little bit more room to grow. Okay. Okay, let's be ready. Are we ready? Give me 5. Okay. So today, we're given your pumpkin books, you're going to be able to correctly illustrate and label the stages of the pumpkin without any errors, okay?
Well, I don't like to do it, but I have to. Really see it's kind of green. Actually, we can't get up because the recording.
Yes, Colton, please be seated. Do you need something?
Raise your hand to do it.
Yes, Colton.
Can I grab a chair so I cannot see it green?
No, we don't have any.
It's green.
What's green?
What?
This green? Okay, well, I'll make it bigger once we play the video, okay? Okay, let's please have a seat. Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Carter.
Why do we not get chairs in this?
Oh, Carter?
We normally have them in our classroom.
Well, because this is at-home school, so at-home school is a little bit different than at regular school, right?
No, sir.
Okay. Let's not talk out of turn. Okay, boys. All right, now who has seen one of these before? This is our KWL chart. Yes, okay, good job. K stands for what we already know about the topic.
Yeah, I already know it.
Okay, are we talking out of turn? Okay, do we raise our hand when we have? Okay, well let's pay attention to this. No questions right now until after this little part, okay? What I want to learn about the topic, and what L stands for what we learned about the topic. Crisscross applesauce, please. Thank you. All right, so who can tell me, while raising their hands, what you already know about a life cycle of a pumpkin? Colton.
What does a life cycle mean?
Life cycle, very good question, means how the pumpkin gets from this stage of a seed to this pumpkin.
You have to wait for a long time until it gets morning, and then you try to find the pumpkin green, but it's not green yet.
Okay, Carter.
And you could wait until that seed grows. Then when it has a vine, you tangle it up. Then you wait until it gets bigger. Then you untie it.
All right, okay.
Then you could take it off of the vine. Then you could see if it's like that. Then you have pumpkin pie. Then you have to get another seed. Then you can grow another one.
All right.
To make
Yes.
a
Okay.
pumpkin.
So a pumpkin starts as a seed. It grows. It turns into a vine. It turns green, and then it makes a pumpkin.
No, and And then,
Okay. All right. Yes, Carter.
and then you make another pumpkin. Then you could make a jack-o'-lantern.
Okay. Anything else, Colton?
Is this a real pumpkin or just a jack-o'-lantern?
This is a real pumpkin.
I knew that.
Yes. And then you can make, yeah, oh, let's knock it out of our seeds. All right. And then you can make a pumpkin turn into a jack-o'-lantern, right? Yes, by carving it. And you take all the seeds out. Now, who can guess how many seeds there are in this pumpkin?
I know.
All right, can you write them down on your whiteboards for me?
How do you make 10,000?
Oh,
How do you make 10,000?
okay. You say 10,000?
So I say 60. 16. So what comes after 15? 1.
Okay.
1 million.
1 million and 10,000.
No.
Oh.
How do you make 10?
Oh,
It's 16 and 15.
Did I?
1 million.
Okay, Carter, did I call on you? Okay, let's raise our hand and wait to be called upon. All right. Carter, how many pumpkin seeds do you think are in there?
16, 15, 1,000.
Oh, okay. And Colton?
10,000.
10,000. Those are both very good guesses. And we're going to see.
Well, is it?
Later, how many pumpkin seeds are. Excuse me, Colton?
I want to go into the bathroom.
No, please come be seated. You have to ask before you use the restroom. Okay? Grab your whiteboard, please.
No, in school, what do you have to
Hey, we're in school right now. Okay? It's just a little different type of school. Yes, Carter?
But is there really pumpkin seeds and pumpkins?
Yes. There are. Pumpkin seeds grow inside the pumpkins.
Well, have you seen pumpkins grow at not nice? Don't sound you are not playing school. No,
Colton?
you have to at first.
Please come sit. Yes, Carter.
Can you make me some milk, please?
We're not having, no, we're in school right now. So you have,
Can we pumpkins grow at night or when?
okay. Now let's talk about what we want to learn about pumpkins, okay? Let's think about that for a second. Take a moment and think about what we want to learn about pumpkins today, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's do that quietly, please, okay? Take a moment, think about it. Okay, are we ready? We have what we think we want to learn about. What we like to learn.
I like to learn about stems about it.
Crisscross applesauce. Give me 5, bud.
Okay.
Okay.
5.
Thank you.
Well, I'm not done thinking yet.
What would you like to learn about pumpkins? Colton, can you please put your box away? We're not doing box time right now. Keep your dry erase marker out for your board. And let me see your box, please. Thank you.
Can you give it to me?
We'll do it later when we work on our pumpkin books, okay? Yes, Carter. Okay, so what would we like to learn about pumpkins today? Can we think of anything? No. Colton.
I want to learn about the stem.
The stem, okay. Carter, what would you like to learn about pumpkins today?
I want to learn about the seeds.
The what?
The seeds.
The seeds, okay. You want to learn more about the seeds? All right, very good.
All right. To put TG for the
see that, boys?
I write it two circles.
Okay, but we're reading the book right now, so let's pay attention to the story, okay?
I think I need to go a little closer.
Do you need it louder? Please sit.
Charlie liked
Otherwise, the rest
liked
is
his teacher, Mr.
Which is
Tippett.
kind of
He liked his best friend Alex, but he did not like lining up to go into school. Mr. Tippett's class lined up by size, tallest to smallest, or smallest to tallest. Charlie was the smallest in the class every time.
Please sit that down, okay? Read your
One
story.
day, fall morning,
Thank you.
Charlie was surprised to see 3 bright orange pumpkins on Mr. Tippett's desk. One pumpkin was big, one was medium, and one was small. How many seeds in a pumpkin? Mr. Tippett asked the class. Does anybody know? Nobody knew, but everybody had ideas. The biggest one has the most, said Robert. I bet it has 1,000,000 seeds. Robert was the tallest one in the class. The medium one has 500, Eleanor said. Eleanor always sounded like she knew exactly what she was talking about. The tiny one has 22, said Anna. Anna liked even numbers better than odd ones. Mr. Tippett wrote down all the guesses on the blackboard. Charlie was very quiet. What are you thinking, Charlie? Asked Mr. Tippett. I'm thinking that all the best guesses are taken, Charlie said. Why don't we open these pumpkins up and see, said Mr. Tippett. The next day, the kids in Mr. Tippett's class brought in spoons for scooping and bowls for holding and plastic bags for throwing out. They covered the floor with newspaper. They put on their smocks. It's a messy business counting pumpkin seeds, said Mr. Tippett, but the class was ready. After Mr. Tippett cut a circle around each pumpkin stem, Kimmy, Alex, and Jake pulled off the caps. The children peered inside. This big one definitely has the most, said Robert. We'll see, said Mr. Tippett. The pumpkin pulp was slimy and stringy, and the seeds were hard to get out. When the children were finished, there were 3 empty pumpkins, 3 full bowls, and 20 messy hands. Tomorrow we will find out the answer to our questions, said Mr. Tippett.
All right, boys and girls, which pumpkin do you think will have the most seeds in
I
it?
used to say boy. If you know. No.
This is a classroom. There are more students. Okay, please, what, Colton?
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Can we go to lunch?
No,
Yes!
it is not lunchtime right now, okay? Please,
It's only still
Colton,
the afternoon.
the video is recording, so I need you to please be on your best behavior, okay?
Okay.
All right. Which pumpkin do we think will have the most pumpkin seeds in it? The small one, the medium one, or the large one? Okay, share your answer with your math partner. Share your answer. The big one? Okay, share it with your math partner. Share it with each other. What's your answer?
The same.
Oh, all right. So, all right, almost everybody thinks that the big one will have the most seeds in it.
But,
Tonight your homework is to think about how we should count all the seeds. That afternoon, Mr. Tippett dried the seeds. The next day, he put them in 3
Crisscross
paper
applesauce,
bags marked
please.
big, medium, and small. Yes, Alex said, I think we should just guess. I think we should count very, very carefully, said Tara. I think we should count by 2s, 5s, and 10s, said Molly.
hold the phone, please, Carter. What did we learn from that story? Okay, I'm going to randomly pick Carter. What did we learn from the story? Anything?
We learned that the big pumpkin has 10 seeds in it.
Yeah, okay. Colton?
We learned the little pumpkin had less more seeds.
Yes, the little pumpkin had more seeds. So even though we guessed that the big pumpkin would have the most seeds, the little pumpkin did. Crisscross applesauce, please. Alrighty, now I'm going to show you a little presentation. Okay. Can everyone see that?
Yeah.
The life cycle of a pumpkin.
The life cycle of
A pump. Okay, remember we raise our hands before speaking, okay? A pumpkin is a fruit that grows on a vine. A pumpkin begins as a seed that is planted in the soil. Can anyone think of what a plant needs in order to grow? Okay, can you write your answers on your board for me, please?
what does that mean?
Write your answer on the board. What does a plant need in order to grow?
Water.
Water, yes, very good.
That's my idea. You can't steal it.
Well, it needs more than one thing. It actually needs 3 things to grow. 3 things.
Oh, I thought it was
Okay, let's think about those quietly, okay? Okay. Okay, let's write the answers on our board. Okay.
I can't think.
All right. You said water. Okay, let's remember, raise your hand when we want to talk. Colton, have you come up with anything that it needs?
It needs seeds, water, and sun.
Very good. A pumpkin, the seeds need water, soil, and sunlight to make it grow. In about 10 days, a seedling begins to sprout. The sprout grows leaves, and the leaves turn into a vine. Next, the pumpkin vine blooms with many yellow flowers. All right, who can share on their whiteboard or with their partner what the first stage is? Turn to your math partner and share what the first stage is in the life cycle of a pumpkin. You're sharing with each other. Share with your math partner. All right, next the pumpkin vine blooms with many yellow flowers.
What?
Bees pollinate the flowers and they begin to grow into pumpkins.
Wait, they do?
Yes.
Wait, flowers?
Carter, please raise your hand if you'd like to speak. Okay, who can tell me what this yellow, who can guess and tell me what this yellow stuff is all over the bee?
I know.
Okay, write it down on your boards. All right, that's a good answer. Colton?
It's that stuff what honeybees like.
Yeah, it's pollen, right? That's
That's
they
what
make.
I mean.
Yes, that was very good answers,
I know what a
boys
bee.
and girls. Yeah, very good. Okay. The pumpkin grows bigger and bigger and turns from green to orange. Please be seated. Crisscross applesauce.
I can't see it.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. All you have to do is raise your hand and say you can't see it, okay? we use pumpkins for. Can we think about that for a moment? Okay, remember. Okay. Please sit. Crisscross applesauce. Carter, what are some things that we use the pumpkin for?
You should have called him Colton.
Okay. Colton.
We use them to make pumpkin pie.
Very good. We use it to make pumpkin pie. What's one other thing that we use pumpkins for, especially this time of year? Carter?
Jack-o'-lanterns.
Jack-o'-lanterns. Very good. All right. Now, if you guys want to get up and let the wiggles out during this song, you can, okay? Just remember, keep our hands and feet to ourselves, and let's not hurt any of our classmates, okay? Hey, please. Okay, not too much, please. Pumpkin. You sing along? Seeds and little sprouts, then the whole bunch of vines come tumbling out. Then you have the flower, then the green pumpkin, then the big orange pumpkin starts the whole thing again. First you have the seeds and a little sprout, then the whole bunch of vines come tumbling out. Then you have the flower, then the green pumpkin, then the big orange pumpkin starts the whole thing again.
Do you make it go slower?
First you have the seed and a little sprout, then the whole bunch of vines come tumbling out. Then you have the flower, then the green pumpkin, then the big orange pumpkin starts the whole thing again. Okay, let's get our seeds. Okay, good. Then the whole bunch of vines come tumbling out. Then you have the flower, then the green pumpkin, then the big orange pumpkin starts the whole thing again. Okay. Right. Please stop.
Is it lunch?
It's almost lunchtime. As soon as we're finished with this lesson, we go to lunch, okay? So let's sit and be good boys and girls, okay? And finish this lesson so that we can go to lunch. Nope. Remember, we don't speak unless we raise our hand and we're called upon, okay?